And now I'd like to offer the floor to the distinguished representative of Australia, speaking on behalf of his country, the United Kingdom and the Netherlands.
Thank you, Co-Chair. I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of the Australian, United Kingdom and Netherlands governments. Our full statement will be made available on the website. I'd like to associate with other speakers in thanking the task team and guest speakers for their work in preparing the background papers and presentations on these important topics. Co-Chair, the issue of building and reforming our cities, human settlements and their transport networks to be more sustainable is a critical development challenge that needs to be reflected within any SDG framework. On the issue of sustainable cities and human settlements, as we have heard, more than half the world's population currently lives in cities, and this number is growing rapidly. This rapid urbanisation presents opportunities. Cities are the engines of economic growth and development. They provide greater prospects for employment and better access to basic services and increase connectivity and create hubs for business and innovation. But it also presents challenges that disproportionately impact the poor and vulnerable, including increasing greenhouse gases, poor air quality and high levels of waste, social challenges, including high levels of inequality and poor governance, increasing vulnerability to natural disasters and health problems. To address this, we need to take an integrated and participatory approach, including promoting good governance and planning, developing modern technologies to optimise resource use, minimise waste and enhance service delivery, efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, supporting well-planned and strategic design of infrastructure and services to enhance resilience to natural disasters and the impacts of climate change. We also need to support open and accountable city governance. We should develop new flexible forms of governance which can cope with evolving circumstances and empower citizens. Co-Chair, slum dwellers are among the most vulnerable of the world's poor. Target 7D of the Millennium Development Goals was reached before the timeline. However, during this time period, the number of slum dwellers continue to increase in the SDGs. We need to continue to work to improve the lives of these people. We agree with Bulgaria, Croatia and others that the issues important for sustainable urban development could best be handled by reflecting these across the SDGs. Co-Chair, on the issue of sustainable transport. Transport services and infrastructure are essential for sustainable economic growth, providing mobility of goods and people and enabling access to markets and essential services. Infrastructure gaps form a significant barrier to growth and competitiveness, particularly for landlocked developing countries. In urban areas, we need to tackle the challenges of air pollution, congestion and affordability. Investing in mass transit systems and non-motorised transport can lessen these challenges and connect people to jobs and key services. Rural transport services will continue to be critical for connecting agricultural communities with markets and services. And in addition, with traffic deaths being the #1 leading cause of death among youth globally, sustainable transport policies need to address reducing road accidents. Co-Chair, transport infrastructure needs to be resilient to natural hazards and climate change. In addition, transport accounts for nearly 1/4 of global energy-related CO2 emissions. While countries should be free to set their own national carbon emission reduction policies without specific targets on individual sectors, it will be important to develop practical and economic measures to reduce emissions from transport. Co-Chair, in summary, unless we address the sustainability challenges in our cities, human settlements and transport networks, we will not be able to address the development challenges we need to overcome to achieve a more prosperous and sustainable future. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Australia for his very concise and very punctual statement.